to talk about a more important fight that may be on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. And it's not Ukraine and Russia. It is Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg. Vox.com reporting, why in the world are Elon and Zuck planning to punch each other? Their supposed cage match has petty online roots. I'm all for it as the boys are fighting. Okay, I love this. They are 51 and 39 years old, respectively. And we regret to inform you that they're gearing up for a cage fight in an unconfirmed location, but possibly Las Vegas, on a to-be-decided date. Elon Musk signaled his interest in the match on Twitter a few days ago. Zuckerberg naturally confirmed that he was in through Instagram. So what's the latest on this? This is going to happen, or what?
The latest is Dana White came out and acknowledged this is real.
Yeah, he said they're very serious about it. Like they want to do it.
This is the coolest thing Zuckerberg has ever done.
They're saying the weight classes, like the different weight classes, will make it difficult for them. I think this is why they should go to Mars. They should have this fight on Mars.
Low gravity.
That's still a weight class.
That's it. It's nice. Like, but the other thing is like Elon's mom was saying she doesn't want him to do it.
May Musk.
I put a poll up on our chat today. I asked people. I said, who do you think would win? And I think they're wrong. I think people are saying Musk is going to win, and I think if you've seen the videos of Zuckerberg doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, he looks like a robot when he's doing it. His face is completely blank. I think he ends up winning this one.
So, I just want to say this first. The first question is, will this actually happen? And I lean towards it won't. I hope it does.
Can you imagine the insurance policy you'd have to run this fight?
There's a 37-second video of Dana White.
This is a good point why it won't happen. Because every investor in Facebook and every investor in Tesla will file an injunction immediately and be like, if one of you gets knocked out, we're going to lose billions of dollars.
You know, that's a good point. Because Dana White, the owner of the UFC, said that it would raise $100 million in pay-per-view and it would be the biggest, most popular fight of all time.
Yep.
But you're right. A head trauma to Elon Musk could end Tesla. Yeah.
And then they're just like, you make one bad decision and your board votes you out. They're like, we saw you get hit in the head by Zuckerberg. Like, we can't trust you to make decisions
anymore. And Musk
anymore.
is 51.
Yeah.
And Zuckerberg's I don't know how trained, but a trained jiu-jitsu fighter.
All right, so let's talk about this, though. Zuckerberg does jiu-jitsu. He does. There's that video that went viral where he claimed, the ref claimed that he tapped out, but he didn't, and Zucker got all mad about it. Elon Musk is just a guy. However, Elon Musk is also much, much, much larger than Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg's actually a little dude. Also, like 5'8" or something?
Do they get to
5'7"?
154.
150. And what's Musk?
6'1" to 6'2". And 195, which I think is kind of conservative for his weight. He looks pretty big.
There's no way he's 190.
That's what he's listed as minimum. So
what?
Yeah.
No, I think he's more than that.
I think he's more. I'm saying it's a minimum.
I'm 190.
Oh, his height is 6'1", 6'2". Like,
right. For that height alone, with his build, he's looking at 210, 220.
Probably.
So my executive producer just went to Twitter and met with Elon. ALX. He's been on the show. Everyone knows ALX.
Great guy. Awesome guy.
Great dude. Follow him on Twitter. Blew past 500,000. And also, by the way, Benny Brigade, thank you for 1 million subs this week. We just crossed that milestone on Wednesday. So God bless you. Thank you. ALX has been my executive producer for 5 years. Met with Elon Musk. And he's like, yo, I'm 5'2". ALX is, I'm sorry, 6'2". ALX is every bit of a tall dude. All right. And Elon Musk was taller than him.
Wow.
Elon Musk was a big guy. ALX tweeted, he's like, Elon Musk was way bigger than I thought he'd be in person.
Have you seen the photos of him on the boat with Bezos? He's a big dude.
He's a big dude.
Also, the other thing for Musk is like, I just don't know if like can they find the time to do something like this? Is there really time to get something like this done when you're running 5 companies?
I think so, because they're both robots, and they know that
They don't sleep.
Time is relative. So when you create a piece of art that goes on the internet that is seen 100 million times, it creates, like when you think of time, you're creating 100 billion minutes, as opposed to spending maybe 7,000 minutes to get it done. You've actually made more time.
More importantly, if they can find the time to do this, is Elon going to make the time to train? Because Zuckerberg has a head start, and he's younger than him, and he is fighting right now, and he's training with the best. He's a billionaire, like he can afford anybody. So can Elon, but Elon's older.
Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate says, "I'll train you." Jorge Masvidal says, "I'll train you." Elon Musk. There's been a bunch of MMA fighters that are like, "F Zuck, I will train you."
Sam Hyde. Sam Hyde. He's the guy. No, I think Andrew Tate, if he goes to Romania and trains with Andrew Tate, that would be hardcore. Because even that would be awesome to watch.
We live in such a weird world where it's like you just kind of accept that this dude who might or might not be a human trafficker is going to train the guy who runs 5 of the biggest companies in the world to fight another dude who's worth more than some small country's GDP. And you're just like, whatever. Like back in the day, this would have happened on Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yes.
No more.
Yeah.
No
the simulation is broken.
Yeah. Like
the
you just
simulation
do it
is broken. Take the cartridge out, blow on it, put it back in. Let's reset the game.
You just accept that, like, is this dude who's maybe guilty of unspeakable crimes really possibly going to train this dude who's now got people mad at him because he won't let them say cis on Twitter? It's a weird world we live in.
Do you think it's a good idea for them to fight?
I mean, yeah, because I think I'm all for the hilarity of it all. I think it's hilarious. But like, I mean, if I was an investor in either of these companies, I don't know if I want the guy, especially Musk, who's like the brainchild of those companies. Facebook is kind of its own thing now, right? I think Facebook does fine if Zuckerberg isn't around anymore. Musk is very much a forward-facing persona that is the face of those companies. You can't have that dude coming out here looking like Reagan in his second administration and like looking like he doesn't know what he's talking about, right? Like he has to be coherent. He has to know what he's talking about, and he has to look like he's on this game all the time.
Two things. One, first of all, Elon Musk smoked with Joe Rogan and Tesla stock plunged immediately. So this would have an impact if he got knocked out.
Great time to buy.
Something to be worried about. And number two, are you guys a little bit worried that Bezos is getting into shape? Zuckerberg's doing MMA. They know something we don't know. Like they're trying to go to.
They know something most people don't know, and it's you got to eat right, take care of yourself. That's just it.
That's right.
Do you think they're preparing for something where they might have to engage in mortal physical combat, like societal collapse?
No.
Bezos is in shape because he's got his new wife who's going to take his other half of his money.
I think you take a look around, you'll notice a few things. People are drinking a lot less. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've noticed that anecdotally because we do this great booze selection, and people come in and we hear this all the time. Oh, I stopped drinking recently. Mm-hmm. We also know that millennials drink a ridiculously lower amount of soda than past generations.
Yeah, it's the first time in American history that soda is not like the number one drink in America. Yeah,
I mean, I hate it. We have these liquid deaths where the total sugar count is 6 grams. I've actually in this whole can.
I've gone to kombucha. It's not expensive. You get a lot of it. It's like a sweet tea, fermented sweet tea.
No sugar, it says.
Yeah, I think they sweeten it with an alcohol sugar.
But this is my point. When it comes to all of these guys, we see them, they're very visible, but the reality is the trend in getting healthier is just across the board.
Well, the wealthy do eat better than us. Like,
COVID freaked me out. I'm fully focused on physical health.
Tell that to Bill Gates, though. Bill Gates
Ian has a filet mignon every day. Every day, a nice Wagyu beef.
Yes.
Raw. Yeah, raw.
It's just kidding. It's good to have your heroes and the people that you look up to in society be masculine men. If you're a man, it's good to have testosterone flowing through your veins. Mr. Beast tweeted recently that he's getting in shape and that he called himself obese and that he's been training every single day and eating right and stopping drinking. And I think this is a wonderful example to set for young men, actually. You shouldn't want to be a slob filled with microplastics and unable to defend yourself or support your family. In my case, physically support my family because I need to pick my little kids up and down, or walk up the stairs, right? To literally be a father, you have to be a masculine man. You have to have energy.
If not a cage match for the issue of the stock and potential lawsuits and injunctions, they need to do some kind of like manly sporting competition.
Arm wrestling.
Peeing contest.
Arm wrestling, baby.
They're not going to get hurt. They're not going to get hurt arm wrestling, at least not severely. Don't let him do the slap game, though.
Right? Wear like the helmet thing, but maybe wear like helmets, right, or something.
American Gladiators.
Everyone make fun of them,
but AR visors.
They fight with the giant toothpicks. American Gladiators.
Yeah, bring that back.
That feels very Musk to me. Like there's meme potential in that I think would.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Maybe we do like 5 events. It's like arm wrestling. It's the giant Q-tip thing where they, bop each other with them, and maybe a sock 'em bopper on a bridge where it's like
the log. What about the big airbags?
So I do want to say this as somebody who was raised in Iowa that don't count out Zuck because he's shorter or smaller. We've been having this like size comparison. Elon's big man. Like, dude, these short guys, growing up in Iowa, the reason I say that is because it's wrestling country. Everyone's a wrestler.
Yep.
And these little guys who wrestled featherweight, like 120, right? 120 or 110. They're little dudes. And they have those cauliflower ears, they will kick your ass.
That's what I'm
Those guys will cause you more pain It's like the little guys at the bar with cauliflower ears. You got to stay away from. Those guys will hurt you.
There was I don't know if I'm supposed to tell this story, so I'll just keep it very vague. But someone we know who was a fighter said that he was at a bar once and some guy was mouthing off and he was like, "Just leave me alone, dude." And then his buddy was like, dude, stop," and pointed to his ears.
Oh yeah, he said that on the show. I was watching that show. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, and it's just like I'm pretty sure like you see that and you're like, it's not that they're a good fighter, it's that they are a fighter and you're not. Don't go in that arena.
That's what it
man.
comes to,
Also, when you're little, you always feel like you have something to prove. Never piss off a short cop. Ever in your entire life. It's the worst thing in your entire life because they're quick to anger and they're always going to be trying to prove themselves. Just don't do it.
So if this fight comes to term, I prophesy Zuckerberg goes for. There's going to be some weak strikes. Zuckerberg goes for the legs, wraps him up really fast, puts him in some pain that he wasn't expecting, and Musk is out. That's my.
Then the undercard can be all of the people that work for their companies, like their vice presidents fight, and I love it. I love it. Just,
You know, it would be even better though, if they're in the middle of their fight, all of a sudden there's like a sound or a horn trumpet, and then they look up in the rafters and there's Jack Dorsey, and then he like ropes down and he lands.
Yes.
like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania.
exactly.
Let's go.
That's right.
Exactly.
And then you start hearing this like glitchy house music, and Elon Musk calls in a Tesla bot. And comes and takes his place, taps in,
Just
and
do
it's
it.
like an AI versus Zuck, and then Zuck rips his human exoskeleton off his face, and he's like, "Lizard people!" They fight, right? AI versus the lizard people. They finally have the battle we've all been waiting for.
Somebody could just make this movie now. We don't need this to actually happen. We
and
could
Joe
do
Rogan's
this.
calling it, right?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's there, like
sure.
calling it.
Hold on. Can we just go back to reality for 1 second? Joe Rogan will be
Calling the
fight. How insane. So when we saw that story where it was Trump's in the audience with like, what was like Kid Rock and like who else was there?
Mike Tyson.
And I'm just like, what's this?
Dana White.
Dana White, Donald Trump, Kid Rock, Mike Tyson, and Joe Rogan's in there calling the fight. I'm like, this is the weirdest. We live in a simulation. They just tell me. I'm sorry. That's just it.
Rogan, we got to give some credit to Joe Rogan. This guy, people love him, obviously, but like he brought people together, humans together across so many strata of reality. Like
Seriously.
it is so awesome to watch doctors hang out with fighters. Sorry, Benny, were you about to say something?
Everyone's saying that Donald Trump needs to be the ref.
Oh, that'd be hot. Get him a nice pin black and white striped shirt. I have so much love for Rogan, not only just because of what he's doing with the show, but the grand macro scheme of how he's been able to bring people together.
I think I'd rather have Trump do announcing with Rogan.
Oh yeah.
I think he would be better off in the announce booth.
Like as the color commentator.
Yeah, like
That would be amazing.
That would be amazing. It's like it's tremendous.
Dirty Trump would be biased against Zuckerberg, right?
Yeah.
In the fight.
That's funnier. It's funnier if he has like clear favorites that he's picking.
Oh,
Like-
he's gonna run all his grievances against both of them. He's like, this guy begged me for support during this. Now he's gonna submit to.
So the real question we need to ask is like, how do we make something like this actually happen? Even if it was WWE style, where it's all fake and silly and over the top, would be the best thing ever.
That was my pitch. It's like
Maybe
they
even
should just
better.
have WWE do it because you could actually write storylines for these people, and it would be really, really funny to watch the writers come up with something absolutely ridiculous.
Man.
I'm here for it.
Bezos like shows up and then it's like battle royale and they're all just in the ring.
Yes.
Bezos comes in and helps Zuckerberg, and then Dorsey comes in and helps Elon. Because he's like, yeah, you're my Twitter brother in arms. You bought it from me, and they become the Twitter tag team bros.
Didn't see that one
Like,
coming.
let's do this. This is the It is a simulation, right?
And Jack Dorsey's wearing Twitter 1.0 and Elon's wearing Twitter 2.0 shirt.
Suddenly, like the lights go out in the entire arena, and you hear, I don't know, some type of Latin music from the Amazon, and in comes an Amazon drone with an Amazon box, and in the box is Jeff Bezos. He bursts forth. He bursts out of it,
No,
right?
he comes in an Amazon truck. They back up an Amazon truck,
and a
ring.
guy's got a dolly with a box that he carts into the cage, and they're like, "What's this?" Then he puts it down, and then all of a sudden it just bursts open and
It's like, and there's precedent for this because Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And he's like, I'm in my prime.
Stone Cold Steve Austin once drove a beer truck
prime
to
on
the
his
ring
chest.
and jumped on Vince McMahon. We can have Bezos drive an Amazon truck to the ring and just jump on top of both of them. This is perfect. Let's do this.
I want to see like them bust, like Elon pick up Zuck and like smash him through the ground, and as he falls down, lands on like the next scene, which is they're fighting on a starship.
And then
can we make that happen?
The Babylon Bee had a meme today that said like Zuckerberg and Elon solve their differences by playing GoldenEye 64, only slapping each other in 2-player mode.
Yeah, but you got to play on License to Kill mode where one hit kills if you're going to do that.
slaps
It's
somebody.
awesome.
And then you're like going like this back and forth, like not trying to
One of them takes Blofeld because he's smaller, so they can't actually slap him.
Oh, odd job.
Odd job. Sorry. Yeah.
What did you say?
Blofeld. Blofeld.
Who's that?
That's another character.
Oh,
Really?
No, Odd Job is the short one.
Yeah.
And we always had the no odd job rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. You
Like,
can't
no,
Jaws sucked too.
And what do he threw his hat at people?
The best,
Who would be
best
the
move in
one
game.
person that like unites them all, right? Because that's the thing you need. If you're writing the WWE script, somebody has to show up that unite. Then they have to join forces, right? Like the Power Rangers.
I don't-
Is it
I don't know.
TikTok?
Logan-
Like
No,
is
I
it the
don't-
Communist Party? Like
I don't
who
know if
is it?
anyone's opposed to the oligarchs. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they're the.
You have to be like Logan Paul.
But Xi Jinping would be the best heel.
Xi Jinping would be an amazing
Like
heel.
the evil,
Yep.
the bad owner. He'd love it too.
That's right. The sweatshops in the background.
WWE
Yep.
always did the evil foreigner stereotype in all of them. I mean,
right.
that's his name. The Iron Sheik just passed away, so Xi Jinping would have to take over for the
He
Iron Sheik.
doesn't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
He just kind of stand there and like
Looks
chill and
evil.
smile a little bit. And you're like, do I trust him or not? I don't know.
Put him in a Winnie the Pooh outfit.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.